Things are beginning to happen. Rasmus Hojlund is wanted by several clubs in Italy. Fabrizio Romano has made it clear now that Inter has joined the race to sign Manchester United's outcast, I should say, for lack of a better description. Welcome to the United Road Sport. My name is Webb. Like, share, subscribe, drop a comment as we get into it, because now it's business time. We are done talking and speculating and talking about who should go, who should stay. No, now it's time for action, fam. Just like it's time for action from you to learn how to earn on the internet. This is the time. This is the year. This is the generation. You've got to understand that the internet is the way to go. It's a way of life now for all of us. And people are earning from it. You've just got to understand, how are they earning? How is it done? How does the internet pay? And that's exactly what I teach you in our 1 hour one-on-one. When you do contact me on the numbers down there on your screens, or from wherever you are, I'm waiting for you. Come keep learning, and let's keep fighting poverty together as we enjoy this beautiful platform in the new normal. That's the internet. Now let's get it. So Fabrizio Romano has said that Inter Milan has now joined the race to sign Rasmus Hojlund, who is wanted out of Manchester United, at least according to many. And we know clearly that he will certainly leave. I mean, only 4 goals in the Premier League, an underwhelming performance in the Europa final. Clearly, he knows it. You could see, you look at him and you see he's certainly out of ideas of how to convince the jury that he's indeed the right guy to lead the line. Despite scoring 16 goals in his first season for Man United, Hojlund has endured a forgettable period in this second season at the club, and now he's being linked with moves away. Now, Napoli, Juventus, and Inter Milan are all interested. Now, these are the 3 top clubs in Italy. Of course, AC Milan can also sneak in there. But 2 of these are the title contenders. One, a Champions League winner. For him, probably, Hojlund should feel relieved, honestly, because he sort of showed promise playing in the Italian league from Atalanta before he joined Man United. So probably his level is good enough to perhaps boss it in Italy. And that's why clubs like Inter look at him as an option. He's only 22, young player, certainly can develop a lot. He has played a bit in that back 3 system, because remember, Inzaghi as well at Inter many a time plays a back 3. So Hojlund, perhaps having tested it under Ruben Amorim, I think they feel he can easily fit into whatever they are building, because he has probably tried to understand it and grasp a few things about the system. So that's the situation with Rasmus Hojlund. Now he's being linked with a move to Inter. Now, certainly, they cannot pay anywhere close. Neither Inter, Juventus, or Napoli, all the 3 Italian giants who want him, none of them clearly can pay 72 anywhere close to the 72 million quid that United paid for him 2 summers ago. Certainly, they have got to probably be sure that they are going to get a loss, make a loss rather, on Hojlund, but it's an acceptable loss, because that's the situation they are in. They have got to move on from Hojlund. They have got to find solutions, because goals are an issue. Now, with the talks of Victor Gyökeres also beginning to take shape, clearly, I think this Hojlund departure is a thing of a reality. I think sooner than later, we'll be seeing it happen. So that's what's going on now when it comes to talking players at Man United. But also, be sure that even before the preseason starts, trust you me, Manchester United is going to offload many more players. I'm hearing now reports that Kobe Mainoo wants to stay at the club, despite the only disquiet with him is him not being sure of where he falls in the Amorim system. I spoke about it earlier. I hinted on it, that I personally would want Kobe to move on to a club that is going to make him the big player he should be. We know how big a player he's supposed to be, or he's said to become in a few years. So I clearly understand that he's not the Amorim type of player. So for me, really, Kobe being sold wouldn't really hurt me, because the circumstances are clear, understandable. The direction is different, the style of football is different, and maybe it's not for him, at least not for now, because of how his style is a bit slow. Some call it slow. I call it too calm, a little too calm for Amorim's liking. I don't call it being slow. He's a little too calm in his style, in his nature, for perhaps Amorim's style of football, which is mostly robust and aggressive. So Kobe as well, we could be seeing more reports about him. I hinted about Garnacho, but for now, the in guy is Hojlund. For me, that is to show you now that perhaps the focus for Man United now is on the striking department. Of course, the number 10, I told you their strategy as Ineos and Ruben Amorim is to first sort the attack and maybe attack the other big elephant, which is the midfield, which we'll get to. So that's where we are now. Inter, according to Fabrizio, it's now all up to Manchester United to decide. Do they want to sell him? Do they want to let him go on loan? Do they want to keep him? It's about Man United now. So it's Man United's decision to make. But what's a given is that at least Hojlund has got clubs interested. I think for me, that's a good start. That at least there are clubs interested in Hojlund. People were worried that which same club in Europe would go for him. But the boy is only 22 and he scored 16 goals in his first season at Man United. Such a player can go in any other league in Europe and boss it. Perhaps even in any other club in the Premier League and still boss it. Man United is just too big, and giving him the shirt number 9 perhaps felt a little heavy on him. Maybe they were too excited. It was an excited reaction to offer him that shirt number, and it just felt too heavy on him. He couldn't carry it on his back. The weight of it was unbearable. But I think there is a player in there, and that's why Man United also have a decision to make. Are they selling him permanently, or are they loaning him out? Because this is a player that signed only 2 summers ago. So that's the situation with Rasmus Hojlund. But clearly, Amorim is not convinced. Definitely. I expect probably if the money they are getting makes sense, I think they will sell him. But what money would make sense for Hojlund? 40 million? Would Inter pay 40 million quid for Hojlund? He's 22, 16 goals in his first Premier League season. He played fairly well in Atalanta. I think 40 would make sense. I think Man United would cash in for 40. I think that's money, really. That's reasonable money for clubs to spend on Hojlund. So that's the latest coming in. I think it's good progress, considering that we do want to see at least we want to see a sort of a reaction from that disappointing performance from the lads. We want to feel like these guys are doing stuff. They are, eagerly trying to solve things. They can't wait for the summer transfer window to officially open. I want to see moves being done. I want to see things happening. For me, that's the confidence I will have in the whole process that's going on. That United are sure of what they want to do, which players they want to let go of. I think I've been counting meticulously how many players United need to let go of, and I'll tell you they are probably close to 10. So I do want to see things happen, because there is not so much time to put things right, especially at this level in football, and more so when you've got so many teams to compete with. It's now no longer about Arsenal, like it were for the most part of them years when we were bossing the league. But now there are several clubs. Imagine United is 15th, as well as 16th. So there are 15 clubs that United has got to better. So to do that, you've got to be early, because all these clubs probably also have an allure for players, the same players you'll be hoping to get. And like Mikel Arteta said just recently, for you to compete with the big boys, you've got to have the best players in the world. Now, for you to get the best players in the world, you've got to act in time. And that's what I hope to see these Ineos boys do, of course, together with Ruben Amorim. So that's what's happening. That's where we are now. I want to pick your mind on what you feel about Rasmus Hojlund. Do you feel he should be a player United sells permanently, or should they loan him out? What should be the verdict? The reality is, the given is Hojlund is leaving. Is it permanently or on loan? What would you rather? If you ask me, I would give him a chance. I would first say loan him. I'll give him a chance. Loan him and we see what happens. But if they sold him, I wouldn't be complaining either. So let me pick your mind. What do you think? Like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. Come learn how to earn online. Let me catch you later, fam.